we're gonna close out today's XCCG with the draft, because I do like this limited format. It is coming to a close soon. This pack's kind of interesting. There's actually a lot of good commons in this pack. Skittering Cultivator is very good. Blitz is very good. Storm Rider is reasonable. Vanquish is fine. Eager Lackey is very good. Cheap Shot is very good. I think the card I'm going to take out of this pack is the Warp Steel Shardsworn. This is probably the best uncommon or rare in the pack. Grauk's arguably okay, but I think Shardsworn slots into more decks. Although there's a lot of the time where, like, your top end gums up a little bit too much, and Grauk kind of shoehorns us into wanting to go into a particular archetype a lot more than Warp Steel Shardsworn does, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Shardsworn. None of the uncommons in this pack are very, very fantastic, but we have a lot of good commons again. There's a Rock Slider in here, a Web Scribe, a Windborn Ascension, a Windswim. I don't like moving in on Rock Slider this early, just because this archetype usually needs to be open in order for you to go into it. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab this Web Scribe, because it's one of the more powerful Sapphire cards in this set. Whenever you gain a charge, target opposing troop gets -2 powerful for a full turn cycle. Warcaller is fine, but, like, I don't the card Warcaller is good, but I don't think the shards Warcaller is in are very good in this limited format. I think my picks here are either the Web Scribe, the Windborn Ascension, or maybe the Rock Slider if I wanted to aggressively move in on that, but I'm going to grab the Web Scribe for now, and if we wheel the Rock Slider, we might try and build a Theros Charges Matters deck. Wow. Immediately punished for having passed a Rock Slider. Yeah, I'm going to grab this one out of here and then hope we can force the Theros Charges Matters deck. And, like, the neat thing about the Theros deck is, like, we can have a good Theros Dreadlings deck without a bunch of Rock Sliders. So maybe that Arena Regular wheels, maybe the other Rock Slider wheels. I know I should just have faith and just know that if we're going to force Rock Sliders, they're going to come sliding our way. Sorry for the brief bandwidth and flame rate drop there. I got a phone call, and we're currently streaming via tethered to my mobile data because Comcast sucks, and T-Mobile is very reasonable. I think Windborn Ascension is 10 out of 10 the pick here. Boisterous Ballad's a powerful card in the Charges Matters deck, but I think we're going to build a Theros Charges Matters deck, which makes Underworld Troops more valuable than anything. Yeah, all hex this afternoon, Jet. I'm probably gonna draft, play 1 or 2 draft matches, and then tonight I'll be on with some more standard and possibly modern, depending on if we find a standard deck we like. But I need to just hammer standard and magic until I have a deck that I can stomach playing. Another Web Scribe, that's awesome. Web Scribe in Theros is really nasty, because Theros, for those who aren't aware, is a champion that says every time you play an Underworld troop, you gain an additional charge. So, like, you just start triggering Web Scribes left and right, and it makes your opponent really difficult for your opponent to race you. We've not made the goal for the Invitational yet. We're about a little over halfway there, but we still got a week out, so we'll see. What do you think, oldest son? Oh no! I've not tried the straight Black-White deck. There's so many things I want to try in Standard, I'm honestly probably not going to have time to try all of them and, like, tune something between now and the Invitational. You are so loud! You are so loud, child. Gosh, that's an Arena regular, too? Holy gosh. So, even though Theraz is a Underworld Charges Matters champion, I think Arena regular is still worth playing. In all honesty, I would snap playing the Abzan Anointed Procession, the token stack, but I'm worried about drawing with it a little bit too much. There's nothing particularly exciting in this pack. I think I'm going to take the Callous Carver as in a hedge in case the Rock Sliders don't come back around and we end up just wanting to go Sapphire Blood Theros instead. Nothing else in this pack is particularly exciting. I guess this card's kind of insane. When we're in, I've never really drafted that. Maybe I'm gonna take the Deadeye Invoker. This card would probably get a wheel because like it's not great in general, but like in a Theros Charges Matters deck, this card sounds nuts. Zap's pretty reasonable. Tactician's not unreasonable. We're probably gonna pick up some Dreadling producers at some point. We got one Warp Steel Shard Sworn. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the Tactician in case we get some good Dreadling producers that come back around. What does Scrounge mean? Scrounge means that, so this has Scrounge 2, which means when I play this, I can void 2 troops in my crypt to gain its Scrounge text. We don't have any removal yet, so this Explosive Interlude's a little expensive, and the Ardent Allegiance isn't going to be on terribly often in our deck, but I think it's worthwhile at our top end. Nothing particularly exciting up here. Blindside's like objectively the most powerful card. We've got like 9-ish playables here. Deadeye Invoker is maybe or maybe not playable. Be really sad because that other Rock Slider's probably not going to wheel. They never wheel when I move in on taking them aggressively. But I also suppose the flip side of that is I already have like 4 charges pay off, so like I don't really need it, but man, do I want it. I don't think Grauk's better than a piece of removal in my deck that doesn't have any removal in it yet. Grauk's like okay, but like you usually have more than enough top end in these. I don't think the Rock Slider is going to wheel, Bob. We passed a Rock Slider and Arena Regular in packs that only had like 3 or 4 cards out of them, and if they don't wheel, that means Ruby is not open, and we're probably going to be fighting with people for Charges Matters payoffs in the next pack. I guess I'll take a Grauk at this point. It's a 4/4 flyer for 6, so like, okay stats, exhaust 2 troops you control, exhaust target troop. This is a good enabler in case we pick up some Skittering Cultivators in the next pack. Yep. I forget what we picked up. I think we picked up a Web Scribe over one of them, so, like, that's fine. We, like, traded one payoff for another. And, the Arena Regular that we passed, we actually passed taking a Rock Slider. So, and again, yeah, those didn't wheel. So we'll 10 out of 10 be prioritizing Rock Sliders and Arena Regulars in this next pack, because we know they're not going to come back around since someone else picked up a Slider and a Regular out of this pack from us. Windborne Ascension's pretty good here, but we're really light on removal, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this Feed the Flames here. Diligence means it's a trigger that happens when the card readies. Do I have anything with Diligence in here? Diligence, so Diligence, this troop gets +3 power. So this makes it so every time the troop you put this on readies or untaps, it gets +3 power permanently. Huh. Exalted Professor is kind of a bomb in limited. I think the Windborne Ascension's better in our deck, though. I guess I could put a Dreadling gem in this, which is, like, good with my Tactician and my Champion power. Yeah, I'm gonna grab it. This deck's shaping up to be medium minus, you know, as long as it's not actively bad. I'm not really worried about my limited rank this season either, so we got that going for us. It's nice to win prizes, though. Yeah, I mean, the things we picked up are quality cards. It's arguable that, like, this is worse than the Windborne Ascension in a Theros deck. God, this pack has nothing we're interested in. Guess I'm just gonna cut someone from a Determined Bushy. This is the best wild uncommon in this that I think. It's a 2/2 with Crush that Diligence every time it readies. It gets +1/+1 permanently. Alright, well, we'll just take the Rock Slider here. There's a Cloudbounder in here that wouldn't mind that a Web Scribe as well, but this is the best payoff in these Charges Matters deck. Every time we gain a charge, it gets +2 power and Crush until end of turn. No, questions are good, Burning Piggy. Feel free to keep on asking. If we didn't want questions, we wouldn't be here. I think I'm just gonna grab a Tactician again. I don't have that many Dreadlings. Should we try and splash the Underworld Officer? This card's real good. Alright, vote in chat. I know there's a little delay. Do we splash the Underworld Officer or do we take the Tactician? Sweep away. Alright, I just needed other people to tell me greed. I just needed other people to validate my greed. Validate my greed! Oh, jeez, and we're immediately past the Dread deployment. That's fine. There's a Windborne Ascension in here that we'll just happily pick up. There was a Blitz in that pack as well that's, like, arguable to take, but Blitz is worse in the Theros builds than it is in the Marzul builds. Yeah, Sage is probably the take. It's not Underworld, but it's just a powerful card. So this card's a 0/3 that every time it Diligences, there's a Rift Spasm! Oh baby, oh baby, I actually think this is a worse Charges Matters payoff than the Rock Sliders, but like, you know, We've got 6 charges matters payoff now. How many actual underworld troops do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's dreadlings and underworld. Sign me up. Yeah, it's just like, it's clunky and you don't get to pick what you're getting from it is the thing. How do you determine something is an underworld troop? You can see here, it has a little faction here. So this is underworld, this is ardent, and this is neutral or unaligned or no faction. We don't want another Deadeye Invoker, so I'm just gonna take the most playable card out of this pack. You got like 18 playable cards here, so we only need like 3 playables out of the last pack. This feels good. We'd really like to get like, what's the word I'm looking for? Roidbot. Help Splasher Officer. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 2 Windborne Ascensions here. Windborne Ascension is basically an underworld. Bombs? Mechanized Aerialist is everything we want to do in life. It's an evasive threat and it's underworld troop. I think it's better than the Stratolith, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. This card has mechanic Assault, so when this is in our hand, every time we attack, it gets -1 cost permanently. Upgrade Tactician's great. It's another card that can use the Dreadling gems with us, and it's another underworld troop for us, so 10 out of 10 gonna go ahead and snake that up. Blazing Hammer's really good, though. So Blazing Hammer, in addition to hitting troops, also hits champions. Yeah, I think it's actually the Blazing Hammer here, and we just passed this Tactician. So there's the Tinkertron we asked for to help with our splash, but there's an Astral Sight here, and I just want to draw some cards. Gain 3 charges, draw 3 cards. Like, this card's gonna do so many things. Oh, was there a Motor Trike driver that I missed? Motor Trike's like everything this deck wants to be doing. Man, did I miss a Motor Trike? Alright, hopefully the Motor Trike wheels. Crackling Tide's okay. I probably don't want to splash this officer. Yeah, deck shaped up okay. If we get a couple motor trikes, it would be kind of nuts. Yeah, just straight nothing we're interested in this pack. Maybe this brute. I took sight over a motor trike. Okay. I'm so excited when I get to draw cards. No, I don't really like Frostbite. That's the upside that it offers for the fact that it's going to get stuck in your hand a lot of the time because of triple Sapphire Threshold isn't reasonable, I don't think. A second hammer. I think the second hammer is better than Cremate. I love just having Blazing Hammers in your deck because you usually get into board states where you're like, well, the board's stalled, but my opponent's at like 3 or 4 health, so just gotta rip a hammer and kill them. Our first cuts are probably like Gralk and Tactician at this point for more removal or underworld troops. Crackling Tide's kind of suspect as well. So... Oh! There's another Astral Sight. We might actually wheel this Astral Sight. It's not very popular. I'm going to take a third hammer because then we get to say it's hammer time, and I like making that reference. And by that, I mean the board can stall and our opponent will be at 12, and we'll just draw hammer, 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 and kill them. You taking the Outpost? I've got 1 Sage and 1 Exalted Professor. I don't think that's particularly great. Nothing in this pack we're really interested in. I guess I can snag the Guppy Gloves in the off chance we need more removal in a given game. You don't need there's solid logic right there. You don't need synergy when you have hammers. Just good, solid reasoning. You know what else kills them? Blazing Hammers. Blazing Hammer kills them. We don't actually really have enough troops in this deck, do we? Yeah, I think that's probably... I can cut this Explosive Interlude at this point because I have all these hammers. Probably promote something else back into the deck. Yep, nothing exciting here. Lack of Underworld troops in set 5 is really sad for this deck. Play the Buffalo. The Growl can come back in, I guess. God, Conscript, I feel like, is this giant stain on this otherwise fantastic limited format. It's this, like, giant stain on this limited format that's otherwise fantastic. We don't have that many Underworld troops, though. Like, I've only got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only have 9 Underworld troops, which kind of sucks. If I had to default to an adjective to describe conscript, I would definitely use the adjective frustrating as opposed to fun, more often than not. Get some dreadlings in this dork. Get some dreadlings in this dork. Some dreadlings in this dork. It's a real shame the other 4-drop dwarf didn't come back around. Yeah, we're probably fine. I agree. I need to run upstairs really quick and check on Declan and see if he's awake. I'll be right back. We're going to play a match or two in this draft before I call it a day. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Don't go anywhere. I'm muted. Sorry. I had a draft where my opponent went Conscript Rowan, hit the dog, and I had enough removal that I was probably going to beat it. And then their turn 3 play was Mooncall Ceremony into Ardent Crusader. It's just like, all right, now we're just done. Like, so you hit the good conscript the first time, and then you hit the dog, and then you hit a good conscript the second time. It's like, well. Oh draft match, please won't you pop now my draft match? I want to play this draft now. Do 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 do. Limited queues are pretty slow here at the end of the season. We're giving another minute, but maybe we might just be wrapping up if we're not going to fire this draft today. Because remember, even though we just drafted with a bunch of people, they aren't necessarily hopping into the queue. They could be saving their decks to work with later. Everyone's having a good Thursday, gearing up for a good weekend. I'm going to be signing off here after a match or two with this draft deck, but I'll be back later tonight with some magical online for those that are interested. Yep, magic after the kids go to bed tonight. So probably 6.5-ish hours from now, I'll probably have a late snack with the wife, and then we'll watch a show together, and then when she goes to study, I will come stream some magic. Speaking of snacks, do you need a snack? Yeah? You want this? Do you want this? No. Do you want this? You want Cheerios? You want cheese dip? Yeah, you want cheese dip? Okay. Could y'all see him shaking his head in the background? He's so precious. He's precious when he wants to be, at least. Other times he's obnoxious. Where's my stack? Well, Declan doesn't actually eat the sticks out of the cheese sticks and dip. He just takes one stick and then dips the rest, and then gets rid of the rest. So, Marty, here, you can have these sticks, and I'm gonna give the cheese and the dip with one stick to Declan. There you go, kiddo. Enjoy. Oh, we got a live one. All right, we're going to play the first batch, and then we'll call it a day. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. Ooh, Dara's mirror. I'd love to go first. And seems great, except for the fact that we only have one sapphire for this. The real question is, do I warp seal on 2, or do I save it to follow up the rock slider? I might just save it to follow up the rock slider, honestly. It's gonna be similar amounts of damage. I guess it's more resource efficient to play it now. Yeah, I'll just play it now. It's gonna feel bad when they play like a 2-2 next turn and these can't attack. So, one really small thing here, and this isn't gonna matter the new format, but I should have played my other Sapphire Shard this turn, because when you generate a socketed card randomly, the thing it's socketed with is generated randomly as well, and I wanted this to get Dreadlings. So we got lucky, and I hit the socket that I wanted to hit, but if I would have played the Sapphire as opposed to playing a Ruby, I would have had a 50% chance of getting Dreadlings as opposed to the 25% chance that I had when I played this. Drawing another Ruby Shard is really awful there, because, like, we want another resource for this, and, like, this is a resource that we don't really want to draw, but it's also not one that lets us cast this. Let's see if they have a 3-drop here. Their Power and Pain Conscript did a 4-drop for them. This isn't Pokemon. We haven't played Pokemon in a while. Their lack of competitive tournament integrity just, like, turned me off of that game completely. Which is kind of sad, because, like, the actual gameplay in it was very reasonable. What's going on, Maddie? Catching us right at the tail end here. Hopefully we draw an Underworld Troop next turn, so this Rift Spasm can get triggered. That's at the end of any turn where we gain 2 or more charges, we either get a Bolt Spasm, we draw a card, or this gets +2/+2. This can sacrifice a troop to get lethal, sure. It's a good draw. It's an Underworld Troop, so it's going to trigger this. We get to do this. If they want to trade both of these for this Rock Slider, I'm okay with that, so I'm going to go ahead and attack. Next turn, I can go Shard into activate champ power. All done. Thank you. Do you want to come say hi to the internet? If we had a Sapphire Shard, yeah, we could Astral Sight next turn instead. I think I want a triple Dreadleg Dexterity even if we hit a Sapphire. Butcher. That's rude. That makes the Astral side a lot worse, too. The Dreadlings that are coming. The Dreadlings that are coming. You want more cheese? Say cheese, please. See the writing on the wall there and concede, so we're gonna make a bunch of Dreadlegs that beat them down. There you go. Have another little tiny cup of cheese. Do you want to sit on my lap? You want to sit on my lap? Alright. Up, up, up. Oh, you lost your stick. There's your stick. Seems fine. Not super powerful, but fine. Exalted Professor demands Walker. It's got 2 hammers in it, so our opponent's starting at 16. Alright, next okay. We've got a lot of good bombs. So now, if they don't have a 3-drop or a way to kill this Exalted Professor, this is going to get to attack and then Diligence, which is nice. And if the 3-drop or whatever they play only has 2 power or less, the Web Scribe's going to be able to lock it down, so that way this is going to be able to attack anyways. Hero Fall! Alright. Uncounterable removal, sure. I think I'd actually rather get a point with my Arena Regular than play the Web Scribe. You all done? There's still cheese in here. There's still cheese here. Would you like this cheese? I'm really sorry to disappoint you, but your dad and your brother finished the pretzel cheese sandwiches today. I know. I'm a monster, and I finished those. I take full responsibility. I know, it's very sad. It's very sad. They're all done. In fact, Dad's gonna put the garbage in here from the other snack you just ate. It's really very sad. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna play this. And then I'm gonna play this, which will give this minus power. And then I'm going to Crackling Tide this, which will also deal a damage from this, and then give us another trigger from this. And then I'm going to attack for 2 with this, putting them down to 18. The kids are malnourished. Where are my cheese sandwiches, Dad? I demand cheese sandwiches. Huh. So, I'm gonna Blazing Hammer this Prelate, because it gets me 3 damage across and it takes their troop off the board. I'm not gonna play this resource out, because if we draw one of our 2-cost Underworld troops next turn, I can go Rift Spasm into Shard into that, and then have generated 2 charges to trigger my Rift Spasm. But I think I'm supposed to hold this since I drew the Rift Spasm here. Doom swap their Darko back, sure. Yep. Attack for 4 here. Maybe 6 if they want to burn their champion power. Alright, so we do another resource, I'll play this out. Give that minus power. And again, like, we're taking their thing off the table and getting 3 damage across, so I think it's worth spending this hammer to take their guy out. And this poor Veden's just been like up, down, all around in the crypt, in the hand. It doesn't know which way is forwards, which way is backwards. Yeah, that's your room on the baby monitor. Dad watches you. It's a spy camera. Well, now I'm glad we killed the prelate. Yep. Taking 7 here. Down to 9. Would love to draw an Underworld troop that's castable alongside this Rush Spasm. Ding. Bum 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 dun 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 Man, you know what's really good in your Charges Matters decks? Drawing your Charges Matters payoffs. That's real good. No point attacking with this one, because they're just going to get a free block on it, so I might as well leave it back to block a Dreadling. Ooh! A free 3-1, you say? I'm all about that 3-1 life. Oh, you want fruit snacks? You're just, like, ravenous after you woke up from the snap, huh? The Web Scribe is real good. It's one of the better combos of this format, for sure. Oh, you want a Z-bar? Is that what you want? You want Z-bar? Yeah. It's a good thing Dad has a literal snack cabinet here at his desk, huh? Cruel Venom Blade, okay. Alright. Let's draw an Underworld troop or, God, how good would it be if we draw the Underworld troop that gains 3 charges? Oh, we can't scrounge it. Whatever. That's a Grail. It's actually not a good draw. So if I champ power, they'd block here, and take 7. So if they don't have a cheap shot, they're dead. Hi, good job, Wavedy. Scale of 1 to dead. Where are we at here, opponent? Dead! The dead side of the scale. Alright. Got him. Get him, got him good. The boys are still being good. Let's see if a second match will pop here. We've got to win. Let's see if a second match will pop for us. The second match pops in a minute or 2 here. We'll play it out. Otherwise, we'll call it a day here. Got him. Oh, I forgot to resave the deck list. Alright, we won't have a deck list till we get to reserving. Up against Archeron here. Saints Dees. Got Cerulean Sage. Takahiro sacrifices a troop, gains 3 life, draws a card. Got Cerulean Sage on 1 in the play, so sign me up. Under pressure. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. 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 You're a ham for the camera, you know that? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Ooh. Rock Slider. Rock Slider. Rock Slider. Do-do-do-do-do. We get to curve Shard Rock Slider into Shard Mechanized Gem Scout and just like, take him to Pound Town, Declan! Pound Town! Won't you take me to Pound Town. Pound Town. Alright, now we could also just Windborn next turn. Windborn and play that out. That's probably reasonable. Strangle. Don't talk about cards like that. Opponent's not going to have removal. All of our stuff's going to work every time. It's the perfect crime, if you would. Cycle a coin, sure. So they could sack the Eager Lackey to the Voracious Zombie, but then they don't have something to sack to their champ power, so I think that's fine with us. We can't actually block the Voracious Zombie with the Rock Slider because they could turn it into a 4-2 by sacrificing one of their troops. Huh, so I'm 10 out of 10 doing this. Now the question becomes, am I offering this trade here? I think I'm okay with that. If they want to trade both of these. Ooh, that has speed. I'm glad we did that pre-combat. All right. All aboard the train. Next stop, Pound Town. Pound Town! So they could put the zombie here, sack this, and then we crush for 3, and then they take 4 here. Mmm, fruit snack. Yum, yum. Mmm. Sorry about that. The kid's trying to fatten me up. A truly classic game of Hungry Hungry Hoglins. Oh, you know what? I should have just held this and attacked with everything there, I think. Because if they just take the 7, we kill them with the hammer. Yeah, I shouldn't have played this. I should have just attacked. Because I don't think they're blocking. Yeah, I think they would have gone to 3 even if I hadn't played this. And then I would have killed them with the hammer. There's like a world where they like make a bunch of dreadlings and kill us with this, but I think it's pretty unlikely. But I think objectively speaking, I wasn't supposed to have played the Mechanized Gems card out. And plus, then I would have gotten to say our signature, it's hammer time. They're probably going to concede before we get to say hammer time now. Stop trying to kick my keyboard, nerd. You tiny nerd! You tiny nerd! Tiny nerd! Tiny Hoogle nerd! Ha! Yeah, Sapphire. Whoa, Jacob, that's garbage. Thank you for pouring it out all over my thing, though. There are sticks right there if you want them. Dad needs to clean up all the snacks down here, huh? Gemboard Prowler, sure. Dude! Dude, you're killing me. Yeah, dude, you're throwing everything on the floor. I think Dad needs to clean the basement after this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is he dealing 18 here? I think he's dealing 18 here. 9, 14. They could deal 18 points of damage. Holy crap. Just shy. So yeah, I 10 out of 10 shouldn't have played this socketed card, and then at least I tried. Yeah, real close. So I definitely made a mistake. I don't think they would have blocked. Oh crap, is this leaking? No. Children, you want something to drink? I, 10 out of 10, shouldn't have played the 3-3, because then if they go to 3, I hammer and kill them. If they don't go to 3, they're not killing me the next turn without the potent puffball. So, yeah. Yeah, so, like, they definitely could have made an attack earlier that would have been better for them, but I should have killed them that previous turn. Correct, yep. So, like, they punted, I punted back. We ended up winning. This hand's great, Declan. It's more than good. It's great. And ladies and gentlemen, it's hammer time. Am I just like playing this and offering the trade here? Yeah, probably. Taking this trade if they offer it. Shame we didn't have a web stripe there. If they attack with us, I'm 10 out of 10 blocking. Not blocking here, Alright, blow me out. Deal. The number of things they can do with just 2 resources are limited there. Draka's decent. And their conscript's decent. And they got a lot of eager luckies. This guy's not particularly good against this field full of eager lackeys. If we hit a ruby next turn, we're probably... They conscripted a Gemborn Prowler again? Seriously? Yeah, that's annoying. Ugh. Need help? You're stuck? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, right? Veiled Lurker, sure. I think we're just gonna tell them to pick this up here. It's not good value because we're not getting anything out of the charge, but we're just gonna get overrun otherwise. Something castable at least. Fire. And worse hits. This will at least trigger assault, so even if we miss a resource, we can play the mechanized aerialist next turn, which can kind of hold the board. If they attack with this, I might block. It's a bit of a gamble, but like this card's kind of getting annoying. Yeah. I guess that means we can't play this if I don't draw a resource. I mean, somebody's got it, right, Big Kitty Fin? This at least holds the rest of their idiots in check. We're dead in 6 to that. We have a hammer for it at some point. Here's the Gemborn Prowler that we knew about. Yeah, I'm just gonna play the mechanized aerialist because this holds the Gemborn Prowler at bay. Next turn we can hammer this. Yeah, right? We unfortunately don't have any sack outlets in our deck list. You can't actually, they can't make Dreadlings with this because it requires a Sapphire Threshold. Yep. Horned Gigafrig, yep. Alright, I'm just gonna hammer this so the board continues to be stalled. Not actually sure that we have the tools to punch through the board like this. I guess we could try and go like especially wide with Dreadlings. Ow. Hi. Hi, Jacob. Is it your turn to come and mooch food off me? Declan already had his go, so now it's yours. I guess we'll start on this. Play a resource, I suppose. You want some Cheerios? Where's your bowl? Where's your bowl? You don't know? I feel like I need a little bit more of a board before I start stealing his 1/1s. Yeah, we were 1 resource off of getting the Rispasm down and getting points from that. Underworld Troops. Deal. That's good. That means if we do eventually start finding Dreadlings, we're going to get to go super wide here. It's tough being 3, let me tell you what. Yeah, once the Tactician is online, like, getting both of these and then getting Dreadlings is reasonable. We could also, like, wait until we hit 1 or 2 of our Dreadling producers, right? This is a game we lost the Exalted Professor, but we still have 3 other Dreadling producers in our deck. We've got 6 cards in their hand, so, like, I'm assuming they have stuff to do. Maybe they need like double wild. There's a potent puffball. That plus dreadlings will get real scary. Oh, that's a blazing hammer. I mean, I guess we live to fight another day, right? So I take that out. I should beguiling Temptress his blood bearer so he doesn't get the life here. I'm going to hold on to the Sapphire Shard because I want to save it for when I have an Underworld troop so I can get a double charge turn with Rift Spasm. Enlarge. That's really good. What do you want? You want another Cliff Bar? Yeah. Yeah, I assume we're dead here. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Let's go to the third game, shall we? Their deck seems a lot better than ours. Here, let Dad help. There. This is going to be our last game of the afternoon. Thank you for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Remember, if you missed any of the stream, I'm going to get it uploading to my YouTube channel right after this. It'll be available early this evening, a couple hours from now usually. Takes a little while to upload and process, especially with my Comcast internet being extra poop these days. I'm actually streaming using my T-Mobile cell phone tethered to my computer right now. We're gonna go upstairs as soon as this game's done, Jacob. Jane seems okay. Nothing too exciting. Hit Rock Slider on 3 into some removal. I just want to cast Astral Sight while Rock Slider's in play, just once. Just the once. Could I be allowed to do that? A simple man who just wants to draw a bunch of cards and hit my opponent with a giant Rock Slider. I mean, it's not good. Doesn't change their deck. Their card quality on average is not fantastic. It's okay, Jacob Jeffrey. I know it's tough being 4 when you can't have what's your way as soon as you want it. Alrighty, well they don't have another resource. I think I'm just passing. It's not worth getting in 1 point of damage to let them draw a card. Charge. Ding. All right, so I'm actually going to, I'm gonna naive have them pick up this naive lackey. It gives me an extra point here. It gives me an extra point here, and it means that they're gonna have to spend resources replaying this out, and they don't get to draw another card this turn. So I'm just gonna activate my Dreadlings here to be resource efficient, and crack for 8, 10, down to 8. Yeah, Obstructionist is great. I definitely want to play that in some control decks in Modern. Alright, so now they can play that back out and sack it because they hit their resource. That's fine. Looking to hit, like, running resources here ourselves, not only to make this consistently larger, but also so we can play this Astral Sight and just kill them with a giant Rock Slider. It's not too bad. It's a little awk that we have to play this post-combat because it's not cheap enough until after we attack, so, like, not exactly a combo with Rock Slider, but it's fine. We're attacking them for 6, they're at 8, and we have Blazing Hammer, so their stumble is just going to be a little bit too much for them to make up from this game, it looks like. I'll put us to the old 2-0 in this draft. Giga Frag, that's pretty good. Shard kills them. Yep, I get to go Shard, which makes this 8 power, and then Blazing Hammer actually makes it 9 power, and the Champion power makes it 13 power. Rawr. So, opponent missed their second chart drop and then didn't hit it till the 3rd turn. Alright, at any rate, thanks everyone for hanging out. I do appreciate you joining the stream today, and then I will catch you around later. I'll be back with more Hex on Monday at the latest, probably at some point this weekend though. So, catch y'all around. Be sure to follow me on Twitch and Twitter for notifications on when I'm going live and with what. If you're a Magic player, I'll be back on later tonight with some Magic's new standard format after the kids head to bed.